Hi, and welcome to our discussion on disclosing your disability. When it comes to disclosing your disability, there are often 4 questions people want answered. Do I have to disclose my disability? When should I disclose my disability? How should I disclose my disability? And what are my rights and responsibilities? To start with, no, you don't have to disclose your disability. Of course, the exception to this is if it will affect your ability to complete the responsibilities of the job. In this case, you should make the employer aware of it so you can both work together to manage any accommodations that you require. There are many reasons why someone might choose to disclose their disability. To educate people on the impact of their disability, to discuss any required adjustments, to find out what support the company provides to people with disabilities, and to avoid any misunderstandings later on between the employer or other employees. There are also reasons why people choose to not disclose their disability. These being, they can manage their disability so it won't interfere with the job, or they fear they'll be treated differently by the employer or other employees. Now, when it comes to deciding when to disclose your disability, you have several options to choose from. When you submit the application, during the interview, once the offer of employment has been made, and at any point during the job. The application stage is usually used to emphasize your experience and skills. For this reason, disclosure of your disability at this stage doesn't usually happen. However, if you require any adjustments to be made for you during the interview, it's okay to inform the employer. The interview is usually the time when a lot of people decide to disclose their disability, because it's when you meet the employer for the first time. Those with a visual disability have no choice but to disclose it, but those with a hidden disability have the option to keep it private if they wish. Once the employer has made you an offer of employment, it's safe to disclose your disability to them. The employer has decided that your skills and experiences make you a good fit for their company, so your disability shouldn't be an issue at this point. Disclosure of your disability during the job is often done because your circumstances have changed and you need more support from the employer. No matter when you decide to disclose your disability, be clear about why you've chosen to disclose it and state what you're trying to achieve by informing them about it. So you've decided to inform the employer that you have a disability. When disclosing your disability, you should consider how early on you'll disclose it and what you'll disclose to the employer. When attending an interview and you have a visible disability, you should consider addressing your disability earlier rather than later. This will help you move past it and prevent the employer from becoming distracted by it, making assumptions, and becoming focused on it. If you have a hidden disability, it's up to you if you address it or not. When disclosing your disability, it's important to present any information in a clear, concise, and relevant manner. Keep in mind that it's not essential to disclose in-depth personal or medical information unless it will help when addressing specific requirements. When you decide to disclose your disability, it's helpful to mention the following information: what your disability is, why you've chosen to disclose it. In a positive manner, state how your disability will impact you on the job, your strategies of how you'll manage your disability and how it will allow you to work effectively, any adjustments that will be required to be made by the employer, and an emphasis on your skills and abilities and how your limitations won't stop you. The final topic we'll talk about are your rights and responsibilities. As a job seeker, you have the right to have your information about your disability treated confidentially and respectfully. Have a fair and equitable interview that focuses on your abilities. Have appropriate work-related adjustments and supports in relation to your disability. And be asked appropriate and respectful questions relating to your disability for the purpose of identifying any required adjustments. As a job seeker, your responsibilities are to disclose your disability if it will impact on your work performance, to be prepared to discuss any required adjustments with the organisation, and to be responsible for identifying and negotiating appropriate adjustments. For a complete list of your rights and responsibilities, check out the written article, which has a link to the information website. Hopefully this video has given you a little more information to think about on disclosing your disability and what you do and don't have to do. As always, if you want any of the information talked about in this video, check out the article on Let's Get Working, which contains everything we've discussed. Until next time, have a good day.